Scottish Parliament. Some of the daily tasks that I participated in were, even the most banal things, which were like delivering the mail to the correct person, going through the mail, writing up their diary, which is their schedule, making sure that they go to their appointments, stuff like that, to the bigger things where I was writing responses to letters quite often, or briefs, or even news releases, and at the very end I got to write a motion. I worked with Sandra White and Bill Kidd, MSP. They're both representatives for Glasgow, both strong proponents for whatever fields they are in. And then randomly, there was a time after David Cameron was voted into office, he came up to Scotland and was this close to shaking his hand, but still, he was in Scotland and I was able to see him, and among other people, it's just Alex Salmon, the First Minister, helped him, and then the first week I was actually campaigning for George Caravan, who was running for Westminster Parliament, and yeah, there's a lot of opportunities to meet some good big names. My favorite project was probably the motions. I had 2 motions that I got to write, and they are like official parliamentary declarations where they get a majority of MSPs to support and thus act on whatever events. And so I was able to write 2, and these are published with all the other motions, and it felt really special. It was an awesome experience. Well, in all honesty, the prep class in BYU prepared me very little. The prep class mainly because it was focused on the European Union, whereas I was in Scotland, which is very separate from Europe. It is very locally concentrated, very concerned about their own issues. Only rarely did we ever talk about what was going on in the EU or even the US. And I'm an American Studies major, so that didn't really help either. But learning on the job, it works, and it's easy. It was a good experience. I had some scholarship money. BYU does fund it, especially for spring summer. You only need a 3.75 GPA in most majors to get a full ride scholarship. So that was, tuition was paid for, and then living expenses. In Scotland, you find your own place, and there are some cheap places. It's just being smart, and it is possible, even with a small budget, to do this, and it will pay off in the future. And that's what is worth it. It may be $5,000 now, but it'll be worth 20 times that in the future based off just people looking at your resume and stuff like that. As for travel, I spent a weekend in Ireland, which is probably my favorite. It was only €8 to fly over there. Ryanair is awesome. It was €8 to fly over there, €8 back, and it was just a weekend trip in Dublin, and it was just perfect. You just kind of see the sights, do your own little thing. How much money you want to spend, you can go see some shows. Like I went and saw Riverdance in Ireland. It was pretty awesome. But I also spent time in England, just around. We went to like Stratford-upon-Avon, Stonehenge, Oxford. Absolutely worth it. And the final weekend, almost a week, I was in Italy, and that was about €20 to fly over there. Again, ridiculously cheap. That's like $30 to go fly to Italy. And yeah, just spending some time in Milan and Venice, and it was gorgeous. Really hot though. Don't go in July. Go in May. But definitely worth it. Part of the internship was the fact that I was in Europe. That's as simple as that. It showed me exactly what I was looking for. This job, or this internship I should say, helped me in my future career goal as a lawyer, particularly a lawyer that works with the government and politicians. This is the first time I've ever worked inside a politician's office, and it was perfect. I was able to see what really motivates a politician, what draws them to certain decisions versus other decisions, and personally that is really valuable to me as a person who wants to try and understand these individuals and help them stay within the law and that kind of thing. So it was very beneficial for me. I would definitely recommend this experience to anyone and everyone. It really does not matter what your major is, more like your career goals. I'm an American Studies major and I did my internship in Scotland. That doesn't usually make sense, but it was perfect for me because I look forward to law school, and this on my resume is going to be heads above other people that are applying, besides the fact that it gave me valuable experience in a politician's office, working with the government, which I find invaluable. It's just perfect, and I recommend it to anyone and everyone.